Welcome to the first day of Kangyatsé Summit trip. Right now we are in Leh. Today being the acclimatization day, we are not allowed to do much activity, but definitely we can move around the nearby market and have a look of the life in the hills. It's full of life and colors, right from clothing to the holy prayer flags called Lungta, the wind horses. Now let's get back to the hotel where the team has gathered for briefing by the trek leaders.
7-8 घंटे का रास्ता जो काफी लंबा है बीच में कोई है जगह
परसों परसों का लंबा हो रहा है ना परसों का लंबा हो रहा है तो परसों
कैमरा कंट्रोल नहीं करे कैमरा तो सीधा ही है ना नहीं
Guys, how are you feeling? How are you feeling now?
फीलिंग गुड एक्साइटेड
Great.
The journey has begun. Our caravan was moving through the mountains, through the rivers, through the meadows. The beautiful scenery around had a soothing effect on the otherwise perturbed mind. The mind was busy creating an imaginary description of the journey ahead. The magnanimous Mount Kangyatsé and the summit moment especially, which was rehearsed at least thousands of times. Our heart was full of mix of emotions. We can very well feel our throbbing heart, the blood gushing in our veins. And while this all was going, the caravan was moving toward our first campsite, the first destination of day 2, that is Skoo. And this is our campsite, a beautiful place. The tents are ready. Today it was less of physical activity and more of photo sessions. So after a very short break, we are ready for snacks and tea. This is the time when you get to know your trek mates. A bonding develops, which is very crucial for the tough journey ahead. Skoo has an elevation of 3,400 meters. To help our body acclimatize better, we decided to hike to a higher place. This was done on daily basis to prepare our body for the next day's trek. I'll keep sharing trekking tips during the journey of the short video, so keep watching. We woke up to a very refreshing morning. After having our breakfast and lunch packed, we left for our next destination, Markha. Markha is at a height of 3,800 meters, an ascent of 400 meters from Skoo. On the way, we met a group of bikers who were enjoying trail ride. But because of the terrain, they had the limitation to the places they can go. This reminds me of the fact that what human body can achieve, even machines cannot. We are using this side trail, and then we'll descend from here and use this wooden bridge. अभी चढ़ने की बारी है.
We were passing through the woods, the flatlands, the rivers, the mountains, the valleys, the highlands, the bridges.
In the quest to arrive at our next campsite, the Markha Valley.
फोल्ड हो गए, कुछ बाकी हैं। Team is leaving. Markha is located between Zaskar and Ladakh in the Himalayan region. It is known for its beauty and sparsely populated villages, typically having approximately 20 families. The glacier-fed rivers in the region break into several tributaries post-monsoon. Such inscribed prayer stone agglomerations are very often found on our way. Wherever physical bridges don't exist, the gap has to be bridged by your resolve.
आएगा ना, इस एंगल पे आएगा।
It's a difficult standing trail, good incline, and it's a rocky patch. You can see it's a sort of a pass between two mountains. We're waiting for him.
आजा, हिम्मत करो।
मैं भी हिम्मत छोड़ चुका था, लेकिन आगे बढ़ता गया। Look at the view. The best view is we are at the campsite. हमारे कैंप तैयार हो रहे हैं। Soupy noodles. Chit chat in the mountains with Maggie and a very good tea.
Weather was getting cloudy, and we were praying to weather god, keeping our fingers crossed. We called it a day. Today we are leaving from Tashungse, which is at an elevation of 4100 meters, for Nimaling, which is at an elevation of 4720 meters. So we'll be ascending by approximately 600 meters. Today's trek is of short duration, but the incline is steep. In such conditions, we must go slow to let the body adjust to the fast dropping air pressure.
Yeah! The first clear view of our goal.
Nimaling was an improvisation for us. The original plan was Tashungse to base camp. In that case, the ascent would have been 800 meters. which increases the risk of AMS. So we broke the journey in two parts, Thashungse to Nimaling and Nimaling to base camp. We left for the last trekkable destination, that is the base camp, which is at an altitude of 5,045 meters. The stage is set. The team is ready for the last plunge. There is no looking back. We will take a back step only after we touch the summit.
At the base camp, let's look at the view.
Evening was serene, but morning was a big surprise. The brown and green valley was covered with a white layer of snow. The weather has changed and also the conversation in the tents. Will we be able to depart for the summit today? Will the buffer day come into picture? Will it be difficult to climb with fresh snow? Our otherwise resilient mind was now full of questions and doubts. But the sign of a fighter is that you behave as nothing has happened, even in the worst of adversaries. So we continued with our daily routine as usual.
And getting ready for today night. 3 teams of 4 each have been formed.
हाय फ्रेंड्स, आज समिट डे है. आज रात को 11 बजे हम समिट के लिए निकलेंगे. दिन में वंस वी वेंट टू द एडवांस बेस कैंप, जहाँ पे हमने थोड़ी बहुत ट्रेनिंग ली है. वहाँ से आके हमने लंच किया एंड वी स्लेप्ट एज मच एज पॉसिबल, ताकि हम रात के लिए फ्रेश रहें, क्योंकि आज रात को हम बिल्कुल भी सोने वाले नहीं हैं. 11 बजे ट्रैकिंग स्टार्ट होगी.
कमर कस लो कि अब चट्टानों से नहीं पर्वतों से टकराना है. अपने हौसलों का विजय परचम उस शिखर पर जाकर लहराना है. अभी हमें सिर्फ शोल्डर तक का हिस्सा ही नज़र आ रहा है. बाकी ऑलमोस्ट 50% हिस्सा क्लाउड से फुली कवर्ड है. इस रास्ते में ग्लेशियर में पड़ने वाले बड़े बड़े क्रैक्स, जिसे कि क्रेवैसेस कहते हैं, उनका खास ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. कोई भी गलती जानलेवा हो सकती है. और सबसे मज़ेदार बात ये कि सनरेज की वजह से बर्फ़ के नेचर में काफ़ी बदलाव आता है, जिससे बचने के लिए शोल्डर तक की जर्नी रात के अंधेरे में ही तय करनी पड़ती है, जो कि एक बहुत जोखिम भरा काम है.
And we are climbing. Just look at the elevation. This is the base level, and we have to climb like this. लास्ट 2 आवर्स और ये शोल्डर ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है।